And hello once again, and welcome to the Matchbox channel. And here we are with the number 9e AMX Javelin, so the fifth model in the 1 to 75 range. And if we just expand on this, okay, a model that, as you can see, I think is well represented in my collection. And some people are going to say, well, how come you got so many Javelins rather than other things, blah blah blah. There's only one box style, Graham, what you doing? It's just a model I really like. You know, as I said before, you know me now, I do like a muscle car. And you know, this sort of early to mid 70s is my favourite period of Matchbox. So there. So I've always really cared for the Javelin. Great sort of early 70s muscle car, and as I said, only one box design, just purely in the I style box. This had a long production run. I mean, this came out in sort of late 71, early 72, went on to the late 70s, would you believe? You know, so several years of production, but look at that, just one box design, purely the I, no J, no K. You know, it's quite amazing, and this is how I find Matchbox box type fascinating, really. It's why wasn't there a progression of boxes for this particular model, whereas other models there was a progression of boxes. So you're purely stuck with the I, and as you can see, a couple of variations with the new text and without the new text. Didn't get it with the not recommended for children text, which you generally see across here. Again, I think that does exist, that one, but I didn't manage to find one. So if you've got one of those, well done. Now, we'll come back to the black one in a minute, okay, because you guys wouldn't have seen that before. So we'll start off with the sort of the early production model, okay, and this will be the light green one, okay, with the chrome bonnet scoop. Okay, with 5 spoke wheels. So all the early variations will have 5 spokes. Then we move on to the later issue 5 arch type wheel. So light green is the first sort of production issues. We then have this sort of darker blue, and as you can see, it's the early issues just have the chrome scoops. I think they had problems sort of chroming these sort of plastic parts, and it really wasn't worth their while doing it, so they just stayed with just a bare black plastic. And look, guys, at the end of the day, it was just a toy. It wasn't made as a proper representation of a model like models are these days, like mini champs and things. This was a kid's toy, so it didn't really matter to them. So then we move on to sort of the mid green, and as you can see, there's a sort of darker interior here. Early ones have these sort of lemon yellow interiors. Then we move on to like an orangey type interior, which these two have, and back to a yellow again, which the later ones have. There is also a blue interior, which only came on the early light green issue, and that's very hard to find. I've only ever had one, would you believe? Sold that a while ago, but they're fetching very, very, very strong money now. Now, this was sort of semi deleted and around sort of, I don't know, 75, and they started using the model in twin pack ranges as well. So on these later issues here, okay, you would normally see these in twin packs with a boat and trailer or caravan, that type of thing. But the big difference is with the twin pack ones is that the doors are actually cast shut. So all the earlier models have opening doors. The twin pack ones, generally speaking, you can't open the doors. They cast them shut. So that's something to look out for. And you know, somebody will pick me up on saying, well, hang on, Graham, I didn't think you put twin pack models in boxes. And generally, you're right, I generally don't. But I just like the AMX Javelin model. And as I've said, there's nothing wrong in putting a later issue model in an early box, but for the purist, it's not right. These are actually twin pack issues. Out of all the standard colour ones, it's the red which has now become the hardest to find. Again, that was a sort of late 70s twin pack issue, has become very hard to find and is commanding a premium. If we move on to the black one, now this is a pre-production model, okay, and It's the only one I've ever seen. I possibly think this is unique. Again, if you've got one, just let me know. But I've never ever seen another black pre-production Javelins. There are pre-production Javelins, but I've never seen one in black. This came from a well-known Matchbox R&D design chap that works at the factory in the 70s, and when you look at the Vectis sale, all that information will be given to you. Now on the surface it does look like, you know, exactly the same, but it's not, in fact, because if you look at the door here, it doesn't show the door handle casting. It's completely plain. And the weird thing is, on the other side, and this is strange, it does show the door handle, but on the other side it doesn't. And there you go. So no door handle there. And also, okay, on the pre-production model, there is no like casting ledge. So the doors will actually push in on this model because it was just pre-production. All production models, if you open the door, you'll see like a little ledge here, okay, and that basically stops the door pushing in, which you will get on all opening door models. So it you know, it authenticates it as a pre-production model. Unfortunately, I don't want to shout about, well, I have mentioned it now, but it does give the fakers something to work with. And also, sorry, I'll skip by there. What you won't see is on the inside of this door, there's no casting door detail either. If you look at production models, they have like an interior door design. This one doesn't have that. Okay, so there we are. So there's the that covers the number 9e. That's the 5th model in the range. Okay, just going back to the pre-production one here. If you do get offered one, and it hasn't come from the picture box sale at Vectis, please talk to me first, because if it doesn't come from that sale, it's every likely that it's been a botched copy. So be very, very wary of that. Okay. The reason that the fakers haven't done this, okay, is because they don't know it exists. Unfortunately, now they know it does exist. You know, they may well be doing it, but it's not an easy one to do, because I said, because of the door castings and things. So it'll be interesting to see what turns up. So that covers the 9e. Thanks ever so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.